Okay. So hair color retouch, they say it's going to be done in the back. We're going to do it on the back right side. Okay. So make sure that you write that down. So back right side. And then you've just finished the highlights. So the highlights need to be controlled. So all I want you to do, because they're done now, I want you to fold these up and out the way. Okay. And you can put a pin in it if you want to, like a clip. And get this up and out the way. Okay, because what's going to be important is making sure that all this is exposed and ready to go, so that when you do it, you'll be able to see all sides. Whoever's evaluating can see everything, so that we can assess you properly. Okay, any questions so far? So I always want to make sure that I, of course, sanitize my hands as soon as we start, but then you always want to make sure that you put your gloves on right away. Okay, so if you sanitize right away, then put your gloves on, you'll be less likely to forget to put your gloves on. Okay. And applying or coming in contact with the simulated hair color without gloves on is a safety issue and deductions. Okay, you want to always go ahead and apply. Put your gloves on. I put mine on right away. And I'm saying right away because I still have to put on my protective cream around the hairline, right? But I want to make sure that even before that, I still go ahead and put my gloves on. Okay. You want to take out some paper towels with clean hands. Put your paper towels back up so they stay clean. Maybe just 1 or 2 TPTs, just in case. So you'll need your TPT to clean off your spatula. Or you can just drop it into your items to be disinfected, okay? Either way, but you're definitely gonna need this, okay? So you're gonna use your protective cream, protect your client from the, hold on a second. I just wanna move this hair around a little bit, just to make sure that it's controlled. You want this hair in the front to be controlled. Because you want everyone to be able to see that you have put your protective cream on properly, okay? And it's going to be really important to be able to see everything, okay? Okay, yeah, that looks better. So then when I wipe around, you'll be able to see all the way around, okay? So whoever's evaluating you will be able to see that as well, okay? Any questions so far? I put my protective cream on the back of my hand. Wipe off my, wipe off my spatula. Pick up my spatula with my TPT. Put in my items to be disinfected. Not the TPT, just the spatula. The TPT is going to go in the trash, and I'm going to sanitize my hands. Okay. And don't drop your protective cream from off the back of your hand. Okay. Makes sense? Good so far? So just because you drop something, it's not the end of the world. You just have to make sure that you deal with it properly. Okay. So now I'm going to go around the hairline, up over the ear. Make sure that you get a nice line product all the way around. Okay. Any questions about that? Make sure that you have good ½ inch. Okay, like fingers width kind of all the way around the hairline. Okay, any questions? So now take my extra off the back of my hand with my TPT, put it in the trash. Sanitize my hands. Okay, any questions about that? So now I'm ready for my hair color application. So take my section off. Remember, we're going to do the back right section. We are going to do 1/4 of an inch subpartings. Okay, so 1/4 of an inch subpartings. So not too thick, not too thin. Okay, if you need to go back to your ruler and check what 1/4 of an inch is, you are welcome to do that. It's not very much. That's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, 1/4 of an inch. So that's going to be important because when we ask you to get up close to it, we want to be able to see that. Okay. So also another good trick to get a really good thorough application is we are going to outline all the way around this quadrant, okay, before we start. So we're going to go on the scalp out. How much did they say? How much outgrowth did they say this client had? 1 inch. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. 1 inch outgrowth. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to outline. Now, when you put your first section down, I want you to have a paper towel ready to go to lay it on top of the head. So when you lay down, you don't get product on the other quadrants. Okay, that's going to be really important because if you get product on the other quadrants, you will have to stop and remove it from those areas. Okay, and you may not have the time to do that. Okay, so if you don't get it on there, you don't have to worry about it. Does that make sense? So we're going to go. Okay, hopefully you all can see. So we're doing 1/4 of an inch. Subpartings. But we're going to outline first. Okay. So outline, and when you outline, you go out that 1 inch. Okay. Try not to get it on the skin when you outline, because then you'll have to remove that. Okay. So that's my outline. Okay. Outline the entire section. Okay. So then get ready for your first subparting. Have your paper towel ready to go. Try to keep your brush clean, trying to get hair product all over the brush because it will end up other places where you don't want it. So I outlined the top already. So now I just have to go in and do my 1 inch underneath. Okay. Checking, make sure I get a good thorough application. Lay my paper towel down and go on to my next. Okay. 1/4 inch subparting. Okay. You know, we talk about the banana peel, kind of just relax this a little bit. Banana peel, some people put their brush in the front and lay it down like that. As long as it kind of has a little bit of a bow, you should be good. And the reason why we do that is to keep the sections from smashing together. Sometimes when the sections smash together, it extends out the product, so you get more than the 1 inch that you that you're required to do. And so then there's, you know, points can be taken away for that. So you want to be careful of that. Okay. So try to control your hair. You see, I twist the hair a little bit just to control. It's just about controlling the hair and keeping control of the hair is all. Okay, I've got a little bit on the side here, so just wipe that off. Okay, so you don't have any on other parts of the hair. You want to keep it just in this quadrant. Okay. So you want to be looking for a thorough application of product. You want to be looking for that 1 inch of outgrowth because this is a retouch. Make sure on the sides you round your brush so that you get that 1 inch on the sides. Sometimes if you don't round the brush, you end up with less than, and you don't want that. And really try to focus on your 1/4 inch subparting. So yeah, round and round a bit on that side. Okay. Any questions so far? Round the brush on the sides.
Is the glaze part of the application or is that separate?
This is a hair color retouch.
Oh, oh.
Can I use clip to clip the hair because it's falling on the top?
So no, I don't want you to waste time with the clip. Lean the head forward. If you have to stop and clip, you might, you waste more time. I mean, you could, but it's going to take more time. So like I'm trying to push the head, trying to get the hair to stay without a clip because I don't want to have to stop and grab a clip. Okay.
How much time we have?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Oh, good Lord.
We went over that. So you want to get this done efficiently as possible, as fast as possible. because you want to have a second or two to go back and check. Okay, like for example, I just want to make sure that I got good saturation everywhere within my scalp out 1 inch, be it on the sides. The sides are really easy to lose points on because they're easy to see. In the inside, if you missed a tiny little bit, we may or may not catch that, but you can guarantee we're going to catch it if you miss something on the sides. Okay, so I'm almost done. Okay, if I need to push the head forward more, I need to push the head forward more. Okay, last subsection. Okay, then when you get done, go ahead and banana peel them down. Okay, and then take this off before it falls. Make sure that you don't have any product anywhere else besides that quadrant. If you get it on there, wipe it off. Okay, make sure there's none on the skin. Okay, and that's my application. Okay, any questions about that? So that's pretty much it. You got 10 minutes to apply it to one back quadrant. We designate the right quadrant because we did the other colors on this side. Okay, and then we leave in the other side for the other things. And this is pretty much what it's going to look like. Okay, so if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and you guys get set up and get started and get going. Okay, so after this one, you won't use your hair color anymore. Hair color is done now, and so you could go ahead and cover it up, and then put your brush into your eyes to be disinfected. Sanitize your hands. And then you'll step back, okay, and wait for time to be called. Okay.
Miss Knowles?
Yes.
So we would put our brush in disinfectant, but is the instructor going to ask us to lift the hair just so that she can see in between?
No.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, no. She'll be watching you just like we'll be watching you. She'll be watching you up close, and she'll see your application. So she's not going to, she's just going to evaluate it as it is. We can, come on. Let me just pull it up. Yeah, she's just going to evaluate it as she sees it here. As you do it, she'll be evaluating it, and then at the end, she'll be able to see final results. Okay, she'll evaluate that as well. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, good questions. Okay, we can stop recording, and then I want you guys to go ahead and get set up. So don't forget, you have just finished the highlights. So you've done the PD test, strand test, highlight. Now you're going to do your hair color, okay, in that order, okay? So go ahead and let's get set up as if you just finished the highlight, okay? Sounds good?
Do we have to start with the highlighting so there's foils on top of the